We'd like to thank our sponsors, Ocean Stone Architectural Lighting. Fully customizable track lighting systems for your home, all controlled by an app on your phone. From individual lights to full color spectrum of lights, it's easy to use. You can set timers for special events or seasonal lighting, and what I find really cool are the preset patterns and animation. To get a free quote for your home, go to oceanstonelighting.com.
Welcome to the Quick Tap Rugby Outlier podcast.
I'm Nate Augspurger.
I'm CJ.
I'm Chef Rock.
The podcast that brings you an elite perspective into MLR rugby.
Welcome to another episode of Quick Tap Rugby Outlier podcast. I'm your host, CJ. We're again practicing social distancing. And today with us, our co-host who's also practicing social distancing. We have one of, if not the best scrum half in the MLR. He is also a U.S. Eagle in 7s and 15s and is a San Diego Legionnaire. That's my man, Nate Augspurger.
Hey!
Leeds, what?
Who?
What's up?
Leeds.
Celebrity chef, the host of Chef Rock TV series launching soon on the Roku channel and Amazon Prime. He's a sport nut and foods enthusiast. Celebrity chef, Chef Rock.
How you guys doing?
Chef.
What's going on?
Who's hungry? I'm hungry now.
You hungry? Listen, gentlemen, today we have a very special episode because we decided as a group to put together a fundraiser. And we know that as you know, the country's going through this, suffering through this crisis, the COVID-19 and quarantine. And now a lot of families are out of work. And when you're out of work, you can't buy food, you can't pay for things. But we also got to realize a lot of people have lost their lives to this. We pray for those families and the family members of those people who lost their lives. But we wanted to do something because, it's sad to see people. Some people are very fortunate. I will say that I'm very fortunate that I have food right now. So we wanted to put this together, and so we decided to put together a fundraiser. And we partner up with San Diego Legion to do this fundraiser. And it's for the San Diego Food Bank. We live here in San Diego, so we're trying to feed some of the local San Diegans. So we put on a virtual food drive with San Diego Food Bank in partnership with San Diego Legion. San Diego Legion's Director of Marketing, Nickie Peña, is going to come on a little bit and talk about their involvement in this. But you guys, we will talk about what this really means to us. But to kind of give you an idea, what you have to do is you would log onto our Instagram page. That's Quick Tap Rugby .podcast. That's on Instagram as well as Twitter. You log on there and you hit the link to the San Diego Food Bank, and you go in. San Diego Food Bank. There's a couple things you can do. You could actually pay $100 right away, and you could buy as a bag of groceries, and that feeds up to 100 families. Or you could buy $50 and it feeds up to 250 families. If you just want to buy a few dollars, you could buy specific items you want to buy and purchase, which would be awesome. Anything will help. Anything will do. It's really, really important to feed people and help people and reach out to people. It's really, really important. So, listen, for me, it means a great deal. I'm already putting money into it myself personally, but I want to raise money as much as we can. So please, again, it's Quick Tap Rugby .podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And please go there and make your donation. So, Nate, I just want to touch base with you on what you're thinking, how you feeling in this time. Again, we've been quarantined for a while. Mm-hmm. We understand how that feels. We want to get outside. We want to be part of the fresh air. We want to get back to work. But seeing people suffer, it's just a very difficult thing to go through.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And everybody's, we all share the same suffering. Everybody has different things going on, different, issues day to day, week to week. But not knowing where your next meal is coming from, that's something that the community can come together and help each other out just by giving a little bit. So I think it's just a great way to do something selfless and just serve your neighbors, Yeah.
It definitely means something by giving, especially if you have it to give. Sure. Even if you don't have to, believe it or not, you don't think you have it to give, but you do.
You do.
You always have a little bit to give. So, Chef Rock, you're in the food business. You're in the food game. Talk to us about what this means to you and how important this is for the community.
I have a lot of experience with the food bank because, remember Frank Barone was on our other show. Yeah. He puts out every 2 weeks, he feeds 400 families up in Oceanside. 400 families every 2 weeks. He goes through the food bank and he gets 16,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
Usually he buys it through his church. And then they go up there and they feed everybody. They're doing it again Thursday. I had some stats here I wanted to show you guys because I know there's a lot of people that are suffering out there because they're not getting a paycheck. But prior to that, I mean, the numbers are astronomical, and I don't think people know. Like here, at the San Diego Food Bank, there's one up there in San Marcos and then one over on Miramar. Feeds 350,000 people each month, all year round. 39,000, this is what got me. 39,000 are low-income military personnel and their dependents.
I know, the greatest military in the world.
Exactly, and we can't feed the damn people. 2,800 are elementary school children living in poverty. You know, the food bank distributes over 28 million pounds of food a year. That's a lot of food, all on donations. That equates to about 23 million meals. So the people that are going to donate to our cause for the food bank, that food goes out to people in need. And now there's more than people in need.
There's a lot of lines out
there. Happening, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've seen on the news cars drive, I mean, miles and miles of cars waiting to get a box of food. And you know, it just breaks your heart, you know, you say you wish you could do something to help people. Now, again, I get it.
Now you can.
Everybody's suffering, but you know, I just want to help somebody. So the $4,500 that we set as a goal, it's going to happen in the next 4 weeks. We're going to raise money to that. Now we have Nickie from the San Diego Legion's on to talk about that, what their involvement is and how much she appreciates what we're doing with her, and we appreciate her working with us as well.
Hey, good to have you on, Nickie.
Hey, Nickie.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to see all you guys again.
Pleasure.
So with the San Diego Food Bank, what we're doing is we've set up a virtual drive, and it's, you know, specific to providing relief during this COVID-19 crisis. We're calling on our fans and Legion supporters, and obviously your listeners as well, because this is very much a collaborative effort. You know, we want to make sure that we're getting the funds that they need to be able to feed our local community and the entire region. And I mean, the entire region, when you think about it, it extends everywhere from, you know, the Mexican border up to Fallbrook. So it's a pretty wide space of people who are going to need a lot of support and assistance right now.
There's a lot of people involved, a lot of people hungry out there.
Yeah, and here the thing is, though, and Nickie, you know this, is that we were feeding so many people prior to this. Now all of a sudden we have this extra group of folks that are having food problems. They're overwhelmed all over the country. The food banks need the help. So yeah, I'm fantastic. The partner with San Diego Legion.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is big.
We gave out already the information where you can find the link on our Instagram page and our Twitter account. And you can, where they would find it, they go to sandiegologion.com and they'll be able to get a link there as well.
Yeah, so we'll have a blog post there that talks more about the program and the initiative, and, you know, why we're working with Quick Tap Rugby podcast, but then also a direct link to the virtual drive, which is, you know, really fun. It's pretty interactive, so folks can just kind of scan.
It's kind of, you know, cool looking too.
Yeah,
it's like a grocery store. It's like the grocery store setup.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, there's another way to kind of, you know, support and bring that into your home. But, you know, about the stats you were talking about, Chef Rock, like, you know, for example, on this drive, they have, you know, for $50, you can feed 250 families. And so it's, you know, definitely using their resources to make it go a long way. And, you know, we're really grateful for any fans and supporters that can, you know, help us do the same for the community.
Well, we're going to spread the word, that's for sure.
I was surprised that you could feed so many families on $50. You know, $100 gets you, what, 500 families or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not retail price. I mean, they usually go like 20 cents a pound for food. Yeah. How they average it out there. So if they can give someone, you know, enough food to create a couple meals.
So San Diego listeners and San Diegans, you know, people who listen to the podcast, Rugby fans, please go out and come to our Instagram and Twitter account, sandiegologion.com. Donate, please put some money into the pot. Feed some people, help some people. Preach. We're all in this together. We don't want to see hungry children or hungry people, period. Doesn't matter if they're adults or kids. We want to feed everybody, help everybody. So that number we're trying to reach is $4,500, and we can get that number. We can reach that number.
Easily.
Now, if we reach that number, we get there, we're not going to stop. We want to keep it going and make it bigger and make it bigger. So our desire is to raise as much money as possible, but this is our target. You know, if we don't get there, I'm going to have to do the podcast without my shirt on next time, and you don't want to see that.
Oh, my God.
Please donate. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's make sure we get out there and donate. And Chef Rock, you don't want to be talking either.
No,
so,
I'm not taking my shirt off.
The shirtless is Nate, so
we'll scare some people,
Nikki,
CJ.
Nikki, anything you want to say before you go, man? We really appreciate you coming on, teaming up with us, and partnered up with us. And we're going to be giving away some prizes, too. We're going to tell you soon how you can win an autographed jersey and some hats that the San Diego Legion will be donating. You know, Nate will be signing those items, and you'll be able to, by donating, you're going to get your opportunity to win something. You know, so you'll get something back. Not everybody's going to win, but you're not doing this to win something. You're doing this to actually participate, to help people. So, Nick, is anything you want to say before you go? And once again, thank you for coming on.
No, you know, I think you guys covered it, and thanks for working with us on this. I'm excited to be able to, you know, kind of spread the word about what we're doing for the community here.
Fantastic.
Well,
if
our fans respond anything like the Everything San Diego votes on best logos and best fan base, which Legion won both.
Of course.
You know, this thing's going to take off. And I'll say this, Nikki, before you take off, you put this group, you introduced all of us together. So
that's right.
Thank you.
You did 2 years ago.
Yeah, a little special moment there. 3 years ago.
Thank you, Nikki.
So,
thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Nikki, for introducing me to Nate. Jeez.
Well,
hey.
I look forward to seeing the final show.
All right.
Thank you.
Very much.
Seeing this. All right.
Take care, Nikki.
Ciao.
Okay.
Wow, that's great.
So we have a special guest coming up. Nate's going to talk to, introduce, and talk to us and tell us about.
Yeah, we got Psalm Wooching, my boy. Everybody should probably know he's one of the more physical guys out there, definitely in the MLR. He's the Prince of Seattle. He hails from Seattle. There he is. The Husky himself.
What's happening?
He's in the building. I was just singing your praises about your style of play, your physicality, man. We got Chef Rock and CJ in the building.
Aloha, brah.
Aloha. I wore this shirt for you, man. I don't know if you can see what it says. I was in Kona several years ago, and I think that's where you come from, right? So
Kona.
Yeah, so I wore this shirt for you. I mean, I don't really know what it means that much, but I would say to you. So, but I wore this for you, just so you know.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think it's a little pigeon. It's a little pigeon there, son. Right?
Exactly.
Somi, what's up, man? Can you tell us? I know what you've been up to on your quarantine. Me and you, obviously. Psalm's one of the lucky people that I've chosen to like be around. You know, throughout all this, like I'll be close. I'll go hang out with Psalm. You know, we'll be 6 feet away, but I'll hang out with Psalm. So I know his story. But tell us about this surfboard thing you got going on.
Say what?
Tell us about the surfboard thing you got going on.
Oh yeah, so you know, I'm from Hawaii, so I surf. I love to surf, and I just found a local shaper. I live here in Encinitas. A local shaper, and me and him are shaping a new surfboard for me.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going through all the little techniques, process, and it's cool.
Well, you go a shortboard or longboard? What do you do?
Longboard, man.
Longboard, of course.
What's that made of? What is that material? Is that it looks like wood when you're when I see it on your Instagram.
Yeah, so the thing is, it's actually what is that? It's foam, like styrofoam.
Mm.
So they have foam, and you shape the foam, so it's super light. It's like, I don't know, 5 to 10 pounds. Like, it's super light. You shape that, and then you send it in, and they glass it. So that's what gives it
the fiberglass. Yeah.
Fiberglass.
Nice. Sand that sucker down. Wax it up.
Yep.
Been on your fair.
Busting away.
Psalm's been doing his fair share of home workouts.
Oh yeah, I just finished one right now.
What's the name of that place on your patio?
I call it the box.
The box. It's where you go to exercise some demons. You just go out there and start doing crunches and push-ups, and then next thing you know, you're tired.
It's about 3x3, you know.
Can't lay down. Nah,
Yeah.
no benching.
No.
Benching, bro.
Hey, Sam. So not to waste time here, but I think the great thing about your story and being with San Diego Legion and honestly like holding it down, making the MLR what it is, you're kind of like writing the story for crossover, you know, collegiate athletes, football players, to be specific, right? From coming from UW and then choosing to play rugby.
Yeah.
How's that transition been over the last couple of years? Just give us your thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, so I mean, my transition's been pretty smooth. Like I told people, you know, I'm a rugby player at heart first. You know, I grew up playing the game, and yeah, so my transition's been cool. You know, getting to see the things that I've learned in football transition over to playing rugby. I mean, it's awesome. I love how you can see little things that are super similar but different at the same time, and how they can transition over and mesh really well. So, I mean, my transition's been great. The reason why I, you know, switched over is because I wanted to travel the world. You know, I wanted to experience, you know, I wanted memories that'll last lifetime. And, you know, for like talking to you, I mean, you've been on most of the tours that I've been on, and we got to, you know, travel the world, you know, and it's just in
it's a blast.
2 years or something. I've traveled I've traveled to so many countries. And
winning the ARC, I got a photo of me and you holding the ARC Cup after we smashed on Uruguay.
yeah,
But you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's that global part of the game kind of brought you.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And with the MLR collegiate draft coming up, I mean, if you were graduating this year and you wanted to switch to football, you easily could have signed up for this MLR collegiate thing and then just come in hot.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think of it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. The thing is, it gives a little bit of like excitement, you know, like the NFL draft. Around the NFL draft, everyone gets super excited, like, oh, let's see who's gonna go. Let's see that kind of underdog guy that transitions and turns into a massive, amazing athlete that no one knew about because he played at a small time school. And I think that's what's awesome about the draft here is that, I mean, rugby in America is getting big, but it's not big at all, you know, in universities and all that. No one's really, besides those big name schools, no one's really paying attention. And you get to see these athletes that, you know, may not get that much, you know, TV time or whatever.
Yeah, exposure. Exposure,
yeah. Come onto the big stage and be like, dang, these guys are awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It'll be cool.
I want to jump in and ask a question. I want to say you had an opportunity to play professional football, but you chose to play rugby. Now, even you talked about that's an interesting story because you wanted to see the world over making some money. Explain that to me. I mean, that was more important to you, seeing the world than making money?
I'd say seeing the world was just a little part of it. You know, I grew up in Hawaii where, you know, I mean, money is an issue, but money's not really an issue there. You know, I grew up fishing, diving, creating these memories that I still cherish and ponder back to. And I think that's what kind of built the house that I'm, you know, creating. And going back to, I think rugby would give me amazing memories and experiences, like traveling the world, seeing all these amazing cultures and whatnot. I think for me, it's never been really about the money, and it's been more about creating memories and meeting people, you know, like Nate. Yeah, so that's pretty much.
No, that's definitely awesome. And you have friends like Nate that you run across, and you know, playing international rugby or playing for Olympic team or something like that. Those are things that are very special to some people. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. And that's a good message to young people because young people get caught up in this whole money game. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a money game for a lot of people. So to hear you say that's very, very, very refreshing, man. So you know, thank you for having that answer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, Sam, I had a quick question. I'll jump right in. Chef Rock, you probably watch my show over there in Kona, don't you? I'm on K5. I have
for real? Oh, nice.
I have a TV show on K5 the last 7 years. Where you been, bro? Traveling the world.
Yeah.
You travel.
I've been gone from Hawaii.
No, the Chef Rock show.
Years. Yeah, Chef Rock. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, on K5. So I had a question for you. When you were 12 years old, playing for the Kona Bulls, was like your inspiration? I saw pictures of you.
Yeah.
You look the same but bigger. Did you have that like that thought that I want to be a pro rugby player at age 12, or was that just a game for you?
Yeah, back then it was, playing sports was just kind of like a time to be around friends, a time to just kind of like, release some energy. And it was only I think my sophomore year of high school when my grandparents, they live in Tacoma, Washington. And they took me there. They took me on some tours of some universities. And that's when I was like, man, I can actually go to university by being good at sports and, get a degree and, whatever. So that's kind of when.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig.
Yeah, that's kind of when the turning point happened. Then I was like, you know what? I should, I've got a pretty good talent. I should try and mold that into something.
Yeah, no, that's pretty impressive to start out at that age and then continue on. Obviously, you had a stellar college football career too. I mean, especially at the end. My question was going to be, they started you out as a running back or a fullback, and then they went to linebacker. Was it because they thought you can like crush somebody a little easier on the other side of the ball?
So this is a weird story. I only played offense. I was a running back, not even a fullback. Like I touched the ball multiple times a game, whatever. I think there was a time in Hawaii where I was like leading in touchdowns, and it was just it was a cool time, but it wasn't the position for me. Like it wasn't my position.
Yeah.
And I went to.
I seen your goose step, so I know it's not.
Oh, my goose step is that's my goose step. Everything else. No, but
just don't run straight at me, Saul, please.
Nice.
No, but yeah, I went over and I guess that time the fullback was kind of dying out, and I just went up to Chris Peterson. I was like, hey, throw me on defense. I'm a rugby player. I can actually tackle. And he's like, you know what? I was thinking the same thing. And then the next day I went over to defense, and yeah, that's it.
Started getting hungry, getting after the ball.
Getting after the ball
Got crushed.
Yeah, man, do you sing?
What was that?
Do you sing?
Me, I sing a little bit.
Everybody from Hawaii sings, right?
I mess around a little bit.
Mess around, but let's hear
A little
something.
ukulele. You play the uke?
I do, but I only got my guitar right now.
Okay.
We're wanting to listen. We're doing this. Listen, we're doing this episode to raise money for San Diego and the food bank. So if you played something, it might encourage people to donate money to the food bank because we're trying to raise money, feed people, man. So pull it out a little bit, play a little bit. Now, listen, if you don't want to, I ain't gonna put pressure on you. But it might help us raise a little bit of money. That's what we're trying to do.
No, let me grab my guitar real quick.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Right? Any chance to play, right?
That's exactly.
Right.
We want to raise a little money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Maybe can get this on
Chris,
YouTube.
CJ, all the Hawaiian boys in over there, they play.
Oh, I
closet players and singers. They're good.
He's about to jam. Aloha State.
Oh, Aloha State.
You know it.
Here we go.
You have all the girls donating.
My sister's the singer in the family, but
No, I've listened to her. She's brilliant, man.
yeah, my
I saw
sister's
some videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, she can sing. He's smooth. He got it like that.
Stay through my window. I'll watch her as she passes by.
Oh snap! Is that the cantinas? Like,
Say to myself, I'm such a lucky guy. To have a girl like you is truly dream come true.
I can play.
That was awesome.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man, that was really good.
That was great.
Good. Now, every San Diegan who's listening, now you got to donate $100
Yeah.
for a concert.
You got some
a free
skill.
concert.
You got some
That was
skill.
good, man. Thank you very much for doing that. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
no worries.
it. This episode, like we said, we talked about is about raising money, donating food. So again, how's this quarantine thing been for you and watching people go through the suffering that they're going through and stuff like that. I mean, what's that?
I mean, it's just hard to see, you know, people go through it. You know, people not being used to, you know, staying indoors and finding stuff to do and being taken out of, you know, the work environment and making money for their families to provide,
Right.
you know, for meals and food like that. You know, it's really tough. You know, we're fortunate to be in a position where it doesn't affect us as much, but, you know, yeah, my heart goes out to all those families that, you know, all those big families where food is a necessity and it's tough to get by because of this situation.
Yeah, no, even kids in school, some kids who are not in school, they count on breakfast and lunch at schools as one of their as their meal for the day for home, you know, because they live in poverty. So, you know, again, we really, really appreciate you coming on the show, and especially just doing that nice little quick song for us, man. Appreciate it. And, you know, that's one of the things that about this episode is we continue to try to raise money. We love for you to put the word out there for us as well, man, and try to, you know, because it's not just about us. It's about San Diego. It's not. You don't even have to give us credit. Just say, hey, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about us. It's about kids. It's about people. And it's about watching the news and seeing things that you don't want to happen to your family. You know what I'm saying? Because these are real tough times for a lot of people. So, you know, again, I want to absolutely personally thank you for coming on the show. I know Nate has a couple more things he want to say to you.
And then I got one after that. I got one more question after that.
Go ahead. Like I said.
Yo, so Psalm, one of the coolest things that me and you have done with the Legion team is actually me and Psalm met before the first season, and we started a group where it's really based off our faith and our belief in God and Jesus Christ and stuff. But the group we serve each other as a group of men who can come together and share what's going on and be open and stuff. And I just feel like, you know, having that group has really helped me through this entire situation with COVID. I mean, a lot of people are grieving. People are grieving maybe not because of a death. Some have, but you're grieving because things in your life get lost or are taken away. You know, like my mom's freaking out because she can't go see my nephew. And, you know, it's just like that's happening all over the place. But to be able to kind of step in and, you know, just serve somebody else, serve your community, it's pretty special. And Salmi and me are kind of the creators of a group that is now pretty much driven by everybody else. But
nice.
What's the group called?
It's called MMG. It's called Mighty Men of God.
Okay.
Nice.
We've been trying to make shirts for years, guys. I mean, we've been trying to get out there, you know, but it's not about the shirts. It's just about being a band of brothers, you know.
Talk to CJ.
I know. I'm like, CJ made some nice stuff for this.
Some nice hats and stuff.
Maybe I should throw it out there.
I'll get you hooked up. You know, here's the thing, man. It's important that you spread the word, or whatever kind of word it is.
Exactly.
You know, people need to hear good, positive, upbeat
good
stuff,
news. Yes.
And to be encouraged. You know what I'm saying? So keep encouraging people. Keep putting the word out there. You know, let anybody discourage you from that, man. Your process, because the process is important. Go ahead, Chef Rock, man. I know you.
Yeah, I just had something, and that was a great segue for this. I know you have a tattoo on you that's very dear to your heart. If you could explain to people what it means to you, obviously it's something you live by. Now, don't get mad at me because I'm going to try to talk in Katanga. Okay? Here we go. La sila I le tai se agawa.
Ya sili le tai se angaba.
That's
very close.
Said.
There you go.
Tell everybody what that means and what it means to you.
That was good. Good.
So it's Samoan, and so that is tied back to my village in Samoa, and basically the meaning is, may the wind and ocean guide your canoe. You know, and ourselves being that canoe, and you know, the wind and the ocean being, you know, whatever you want that to be. But for me, you know, it's the Holy Spirit and it's the Lord, and you know, I'm a really religious person, and those are the things that I try to, you know, steer my boat by and guide my boat with.
Nice.
Are those things. So, you know, the Holy Spirit being the wind, and you know, the body of Christ, and that being the ocean. So yeah, that's kind of what.
That's pretty cool. I thought that was perfect for today with everybody going through certain things. And
Yeah.
those are good words to follow by. You know, there's a lot of stuff out of our control.
Well, look at Chef Rock putting in some nice wisdom at the end of the show.
Love
Gotta
that.
end it on a high note,
Love
brother.
that.
Makes me proud.
How good.
You don't worry about a thing. I got you covered, CJ.
Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And so, listen, I got any closing words, Sam, before you leave, man? Because before we get out here, I just I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Our goal is to raise $4,500 in the next 4 weeks. You know, you can go to quicktap.rugby.podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Click on the link. Go to San Diego Virtual Food Drive, San Diego Food Bank Virtual Food Drive. Buy some food, $100, $50, or gift card, or hell, as much as $5 or $10. But please go out and spend some money. Donate. Make something happen for some people. There's some very hungry people out there. Some people who need help. And if you see someone on the street and you think they're homeless and you happen to be out and and practicing social distancing, doesn't mean you can't put $1 out your car window.
Exactly.
And put it on top of your car and roll your window back up and let them have it. And everybody's suffering. Everybody, not just the working class people, but everybody, homeless people. Everybody's suffering. So, any closing words from you, Sam, my man? I appreciate you coming on again.
Yeah, I think I just got one thing. They say aloha is a word that's kind of just confined to Hawaii, and I think that's totally wrong. I think aloha can be spread around the world, and aloha defines you as someone who's joyful, happy, and just a simple hi to someone that's in need. So I think just spreading that aloha spirit around the world, and sharing that joy and being happy with everyone during this time, I think that'll go far away.
I was just gonna say aloha. Mahalo, bro.
Yes.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Quick rugby.
Right.
Quick tap, rugby. Quick tap out. Aloha. Mahalo, right?
Mahalo.
Quick tap out.
Shaka.
Boom.